How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Flesh and Blood video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today, we have the Emperor of Volcor. He's finally been revealed at the Pro Tour in Lille. Here on the screen, you can see the actual turnout for the Pro Tour. This is kind of like the meta breakdown, and I figured I'd show this off just to start, just a little icebreaker, little break the ice. That's me with a chisel breaking the ice, by the way. And you can kind of see the breakdown here. That's not what this video is about, but I figured it's a little interesting. The reason I have my Twitter pulled up is because all of this stuff is from Twitter. So without further ado, let's just get on with it. It's really cool. It's really cool. All right, here we go. We have the Emperor Dracai of Aesir. He is a royal draconic warrior, wizard, hero, young. That is 6 words on the bottom. It's a lot. He has 4 intellect, so not the mythic 5 intellect that everyone wants, and then 15 life, which makes him feel a little more balanced, even though he feels fairly good. And his name is Emperor Dracai of Aesir, which is also super interesting. His abilities are: you may only have red cards in your deck, and this is an ability that I think I called on the Living Legend podcast, that he would only be able to use red cards. And then he has action for 3 resources: search your deck for Command and Conquer, attack with it, then shuffle. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. First of all, he's also a promo card, by the way. If we look down here, it says P. So I don't know if this is gonna actually be in the Dynasty set, or if it's just like a promo card you can get around Dynasty season. I have no idea how they're gonna distribute this, but I do know, before everyone freaks out, that James White has confirmed that this card will only be young. This card will not be an adult version, or there will not be an adult version of this card, meaning don't get like too, it's not going to be in CC, right? It's not going to ruin CC. It might ruin Blitz, and I think it's going to be a great Ultimate Pit Fight, but it's not going to ruin CC. Also, I don't think it's going to ruin anything. It's a very interesting card, and I think it's strong, but like it has enough drawbacks that, well, let's talk about it. Okay, so first up, he's a royal draconic warrior wizard. So that means you can have warrior cards, you can have wizard cards, you can have draconic cards, and then whatever royal means. So that also might be like a super type, just like draconic is, like how draconic is a talent. You might gives you access to royal cards. We have no idea what those are. I did hear that there will be Marvel items that you could find in the palace or in the throne room. So they might be royal items, like, the king's bauble or something, emperor's bauble, or his sword. He's got a sword here. So he's got a pretty large card pool is what I'm trying to say. However, the card pool is like basically cut in third because, or cut by 2/3, because you can only have red cards in your deck. So that's going to make it interesting in terms of like pitch value. That also means that the Blood of the Dracai, the Fabled card, is going to be really good in its deck, because you're just going to get a lot of use out of it. Though that card only reduces the cost of Draconic cards. But he is a Draconic, so you can play all the Draconic cards. You can play Warrior cards. You can play Wizard cards. I'm going to be really curious to see how this deck functions, because it's Warrior and Wizard. Like, I don't know. Like, are you going to be attacking with your weapon and then blasting with magic? I thought it was also pretty funny that everyone's like, yeah, Runeblade is just Warrior and Wizard mixed together. Well, clearly it isn't. Clearly it isn't, because we have one that is both. Aesir, by the way, for the name, Dracai of Aesir. Aesir are kind of like the old gods, sort of, like these powerful old beings. And if I remember right in the lore, they're the beings that Chain is trying to prevent coming back. Like, he's doing all of this like evil stuff, but for like the greater good, because he believes that the Aesir are even like more deadly to Wraith than Ursur and all the shadowy stuff. So that's pretty interesting. He's the Dracai of Aesir, which is basically like saying like the Lord of Aesir, because like that's kind of what like Dracai means. So like Kano's a Dracai of Aether. He's the Dracai of Aesir. I like how his name is just Emperor. He doesn't have like a first name. He's just Emperor. And I'm pretty sure we'll end up seeing his sword here. So another thing I want to talk about is the ability action. 3 resources. Search your deck for a Command and Conquer. Attack with it. Then shuffle. First of all, this is super interesting because this is like a tutor effect. Then also you immediately attack with it, which is the first time I've ever heard of this in Flesh and Blood, where you search for a card and then play it immediately. This card in particular is Command and Conquer. Alright, so here we have Command and Conquer. As a lot of you Flesh and Blood veterans will know, this card is a 2-cost generic attack action. Attack for 6, block for 3. Defense reactions can't be played to Command and Conquer's Chain Link. If Command and Conquer hits a hero, destroy all cards in their arsenal. What's really cool about this is that, oh hey, look, it's Vince's Pleasant Kenobi's face. What's cool about that is that it costs 2 to play, and this ability costs 3. So you're paying 1 extra to basically search your deck for it and then immediately play it, which is not bad, actually. Though, given that you can only have red cards in your deck, this is a pretty steep cost of 3. It's also interesting that the art on here, it's the Emperor. Like, look at his little mustache. Look at the mustache here and his hair. He's just like wearing different clothes. Like this is his like Emperor regalia, and this is kind of like his battle suit or something. So really interesting here. But I do really think this is the Emperor actually on the card, because like he searches for it. Like it's gotta be. So that's what he does. I think it's super interesting. I really want to know your opinions of Emperor Dracai of Aesir in the comments down below. It's gonna be weird. I mean, only using red cards is a really big drawback. Like a really big drawback. So you're gonna have to be like a red line, like really lean 0-cost deck, which could work. I don't know. I'm curious to see what new Draconic cards we get in Dynasty, and also if we get any like Royal cards in Dynasty. Really cool. I also really want to know how to get this card other than it being a promo. Like, is it going to be in Dynasty? Is it going to be a like Majestic or something like that in Dynasty? I don't know. We didn't talk about the border here. The border is the it's a Draconic border, but gold, because he's the Emperor. Yeah, I don't know. Just really cool stuff. That's about all I have to say about the Emperor. I think he's very awesome. I think that he's gonna be really interesting to play, and I'm really excited to play him in Ultimate Pit Fight. Here's Vince's face again. Like, look how cool this card looks, man. Like, it just looks so sweet. So that's it for today. We're just talking about Emperor Dracai of Aesir. He's pretty crazy. I just want to know what your thoughts are. Is he busted? Is he not busted? He seems strong. Like, he's got a really big card pool, but like I said, he can only play red cards, so his card pool is actually like cut by 2/3. So I don't know. This is the first time this has happened. Oh, and I did want to mention one thing. This is actually something that I talked about and called long time ago when I compared Flesh and Blood to the World of Warcraft trading card game, because the World of Warcraft trading card game has a similar system, right? You have like these heroes and they have like classes, right? But they started to introduce like dual class characters, and it's always been a thing that I've been thinking about, dual class characters in Flesh and Blood. And here we have the very first dual class hero. So that really makes me think, for those of you who are watching this far, this is just weird speculation. So if dual classes are on the table, right? This is for all of the Azalea fans out here. Azalea, folks are talking about like, oh, Azalea, she's kind of like an assassin already. What if we get a new Azalea card in whatever pit set, and she is a ranger assassin? Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, they finally, like, oh, that would be so cool. So Azalea, ranger assassin, you heard it here. I'm calling it for the pit set. Whatever Azalea makes her next appearance, Azalea, ranger assassin. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for something that I just made up. Of course I am. But I'm excited for the Emperor too. And I'm excited for Dynasty. The set's going to be awesome. Like, I don't have a ton to go off, but I know it's going to be awesome. I know it's going to be awesome. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I am done rambling. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see you next time.